Hey there, Silver Tongue Devil here, and in this live stream we are back on Hellsweepers. We're looking at the latest update, the Alliance update. Alliance with good reason, because now the game is 3-player cooperative as opposed to 2-player cooperative. We also have a new mode within the cooperative side of things called Gauntlet, which again we'll have a look at. Don't expect too much. It's literally just an arena, an actual arena, and you just fight wave after wave after wave. So if you just want constant combat spilling out at you, because they don't have to do too much with the actual level, there's just more. However, the roguelike that I love in this game and that you can play in the cooperative is also available in the 3-player cooperative. Very happy about that. There are lots of new little touches added to all the weapons, in that all the weapons now have cosmetics that are actually different colors as opposed to, like, you know, slight color variations. There's some actual ones that we'll have a look at. Most of them are looking pretty clean, I must say. Most of them are looking pretty nice. We'll have a quick look at the patch notes, then we'll get into a run. Before we do so, though, and whilst I am... Hello, Wang. Whilst I am going through the patch notes, let's give away our first key, shall we? So, for those of you who are new to the stream, I require 1 broom emoji in the chat. Pop a broom emoji in the chat, and that will give you the chance to win one of 5 copies for this game tonight. You can find the broom emoji by searching for it in the emojis, typing in broom when you've got an emoji up, or you can copy the broom from the description and paste it into the chat. And I'm hearing brooms, so I would imagine... Cheers, Grison! I would imagine he's always quick, is Grison. So yeah, brooms in the chat. If you don't own this game, haven't won a copy... This is the quest version. Haven't won a copy from myself before and are looking for it. The other thing that I say will be that this game is a cross-buy game, so it doesn't matter. The only thing that this game, the copies that we're giving away on, won't work on tonight is PlayStation VR 2 and Steam. If you purchase this or win tonight, the Quest version, it will automatically give you the, what do you call it? It's the Oculus Rift version, or Meta PC VR, or Airlink VR, or whatever it is. I don't play it. I'm not interested in it. Fuck PC VR more often than once. I'm having problems with PC VR still, but we're getting there. Anyway, right, so, patch notes. Gauntlet mode. Talked about that. New boss. You know, you remember that skeleton that rolls around in the fucking wagon wheel in Dark Souls? There's a boss version of him, and there is a normal version of him now as well. So that's a new enemy that I haven't even seen yet, and we didn't get to see during the beta, if memory serves. A lot of this stuff... Yeah, frost magic can extinguish flame, and flame magic can relight it again. I don't know if that's going to have any effect on the day-night cycles that have now been added to the game. Some levels are played at day, some levels are done at night. Certain enemies increase chance of spawning, and various bits and pieces happen. Again, I won't bore you with the details. Some new, I mean, they call them epithets, but they're classes basically. But yeah, new epithets. We have the Sunwalker, who has different mechanics, be it a day or night, and we also have the Bulwark has had his defense increased. One of the classes that we got in the beta is not there. So I wonder what they've done with it, but I won't give any details out. But they've added Sunwalker, and they've added... What was the other one? They've added Sunwalker, and they've... Oh, no, Bulwark is the new class. So this is your tank now. This is your melee class. We've got the Sunwalker. I'm not going to be playing that tonight, but one of the ladies may later in the cooperative. Shall I read the patch notes upside? No, I shouldn't, should I? No, that's not going to work. So there are new traits added and adjusted. There are new status effects that have been added with some of the big weaponry. Haze, the combination of fire and ice. Or is it lightning and fire? One of the two. One of the combinations of weapons that produces haze has had quite a lot of love. You can, whichever one haze is, or whichever combo is, I can never remember, has the ability to ride the wind dragon that you can summon now. So we should have a look at that as well and work out how that works. Obviously, +1 to multiplayer, so this is a 3-player multi-game, which now makes it very relevant to have as part of a playing with chat game. And then there's been some chats that I've talked about. We have a new currency called Echoes. Echoes is what's going to allow you to upgrade your weaponry, and then XP upgrades your level personally, and then Souls is now, I think, for various bits and pieces. And hello, Mr. King. And Bailey's and spiced rum. I wouldn't dare. I'm a JD and Coke man. So, there are, one of the other things as well, they've added a button for reloading, a button for quick infusions, and it is fire and lightning. I couldn't remember. No, because fire and ice is laser, fire and lightning. So we have a button added for reload as well. So if you never were able to get on with the reload, you can do it with a button press now, which, again, all changeable in the options. You can play that way if you want to. You don't have to. So that's enough about what the new stuff is. What is this game? For those of you who are familiar with a game called Sairento, Sairento is the game before this one by the same developers. And this is kind of the spiritual successor to it. So whereas Sairento was very ninja-esque and cyberpunk and very much in the same sort of veins as maneuverability and stylish kills, this is all of that, but in hell. So, let us put it on. I think I want to play the level before. So one of the the new levels that have been added to it, Hellsweeper, Inferno, and now Masochist, which used to be the top level of difficulty, now reduce your bullet time effect by a percentage, so you don't move quite so slowly as you should. So we'll just take it easy and play it on extreme. I now need to start doing this to increase all the things. This is hello Worky. This is another thing that your souls are now used for as well, and this is just a roguelike game now. We do have a gauntlet mode, but we'll just look at the roguelike for now. Yeah, we got loads of roguelike games out there, haven't we? Loads and loads of roguelike games. And by roguelike, I mean you go out there, you do your thing, you upgrade, that's randomly generated, and when you die, that's it. You're done. In this game, though, as with a good roguelike, as you keep doing run after run after run, you get more powerful. One of the things that makes this roguelike a little bit different is you do at least have the option to completely choose your loadout in the game before you go out into it. Now, my loadout is, and this is a system that I wish was used in VR more because it's very good, and these devs have had a lot of practice with getting it running, working. Note how I don't have things about my person. I don't grab things from my person. We are a magic user. We conjure. We conjure pistols. We conjure lightning. We conjure flame, and most importantly, we conjure the blood now with the aptly named Devil's Trigger perk. So we're going to be seeing a lot of those different magics. So grip left, grip right, grip up, grip down. I have access to 4 weapons with the flick of a wrist. I also have access to a 5th weapon now, the katana with sheath. We will have a look at that as I'm playing. And you can also put another thing on your shoulder. I put my bullets on my shoulder for reasons that you will see later. What is the big thing about this game that this game does that only one other game that I know of does? We can fucking flip. We can fucking flip upside down, side to side. Barrel rolls are a thing. Slow time, bullet time is a thing. You want a backflip? You can backflip. You want a front flip, side flip, corkscrew? You can do all of that. This has the maneuverability and the style and pizzazz. And the best part about flipping upside down is you fucking get rewarded for it as well. You don't have to play the game upside down. However, I do like to play the game upside down. The melee is probably the thing that I have interacted with the least in this game because the magic is so good and the sword. The magic is so good and the gunplay in this, the guns are just so good. So now, here's our first choices. I mean, that isn't really a choice. We're going to increase our max health. So those are the boring ones. Those are just the stat ones. We're going to get a blessing as well. We will get a choice out of 2. Dodge this, reduce damage taken during bullet time, but increase bullet time cost by 100%. No thank you. Magic infused weapons deal 20% more damage. These are... I mean, that one interferes with what I'm doing a lot because it means that you can't bullet time as much. Reduced damage is nice, but you shouldn't be getting hit in bullet time. We'll take Dipping Sauce just in case. I already have a perk. Trust me on this, when you get the ability to take perks into your runs, take Gilded Boots. Gilded Boots, Gilded Boots, Gilded Boots. And the reason being is Gilded Boots makes you better as a character in that you are generated a shield based on the amount of money that you have. This is very good for us. So the general prospect of a level is you will have it. Think of it as an arena, but it's arena plus, and I doubt that because the thing is decrepit. I am very good with the katana. It's just not quite as good as magic or guns. Thank you, Vaughn. So, as far as the gunplay and magic side of things is concerned, that's what we're going to be using quite a lot of today. And yeah, well done, Fourth Wall. We also have the ability to open chests. These are going to give us our random upgrades and random additional weapons and upgrades for the weapons that we have. Our objective is to kill 25 enemies, so we'll probably get on with that first and foremost and try not to die. When you have Gilded Boots, you are at your weakest to begin with, but hopefully that won't last very long. Now, I do turn off a lot of the extra bits and pieces because I think it makes the game look cleaner when you turn off things like damage numbers, life bars, and various bits and pieces like that. Did she now? Well, isn't that a thing? So we'll do a little bit of gunplay. All of this is raising my style multiplier. Unfortunately, you guys can't see it because I turn it off, because otherwise the game's just a barrage of numbers. Ooh, we have it. You want to keep your hits up and running as often as possible, or at the very least, your kills. The reason being is if you keep hitting and you keep killing, you keep your style going. Style adds a lot. Oops. That wasn't very stylish, was it? Style adds a lot to this game. Time for some magic, I think. So we can just throw our various balls that we have at the enemies, and they will have various effects. Where this game truly shines is the smushing of the magic, but we will look at that soon. We've also got the ability to push out in front of us and fire other kinds of magic. So each magic is, in essence, got multiple different modes, and then each magic can be combined with itself. And then that has multiple effects like pulling apart and huge area damage, or just flying around and doing damage to enemies, or firing huge fuck-off fireballs. So if you want to get your Dragon Ball Z on, you can. Probably should ignore that. I didn't. It's too natural for me to get my evil host involved in this game. It really is. You will see me gaming this system quite a lot because we're not particularly powerful at the moment, but we will be soon with a bit of money. And I think it's one of the things that I like about this is, even though my loadout is a heavy focus on magic, and I like the revolvers in this game, it's so easy to use everything that you have at your disposal. We'll try and do a little bit of katana work. We've also got the ability to levitate most things and chuck them in to enemies. We're not very powerful on the old magic yet, though, so we can't do a lot of casting. So again, we have to wait until we've powered it up. And I know what you're thinking, like, but, you know, that's all well and good magic-wise, but where's your Emperor Palpatine act? Well, here it is. You can Emperor the Palpatine quite easily. Lightning magic is very good at doing that. Ooh, get my ass kicked a little bit there. Time to go. We want to be destroying these totems. It's more money, and as I said, the perk that I have to allow me to do what I'm doing. Ah, missed. I love the maneuverability in this game, the flipping, the sliding, which I don't engage with enough. Should be able to. I know we can't wall run on that surface. A little bit of wall running, and then into side flip to find that last enemy. Not happening. And again, remember, you do not have to play this game upside down, but if you can manage it, you get the benefits. And unlimited power is all well and good, but tell you one thing that I didn't see Palpy do. I'm not going to have enough magic to do it, but you can do the Emperor Palpatine act in slow motion, upside down, just saying. Yeah, I didn't see Palpy do any flips with Force Lightning at the same time. So that gives you the general idea. It is, in essence, an arena fighting game, but the arenas are big and varied. We do want to be in the habit of smushing enemy corpses. I'll explain why later. Enemies also drop weapons. So if you do want to be the Grim Reaper, you can. Now, Decrepit Gamer, who we're going to go and watch play IDU later, is always going to ask me about the melee weapons of this game, because he's a big melee guy. This, I feel, does, in normal in normal play, it suffers from the same problem that most VR swordplay games have, that have a lot of jumping about and maneuverability. Getting close to your opponent doesn't slow things. So if you want to fight them in real time, hello Scat, if you want to fight them in real time, it can be a bit of a twitchy affair. Thankfully, you could just fight them in slow time with the press of a button, or if you want to, you can fight them upside down with the katana. Easy enough. Those weebs amongst you will be happy to know that this katana is based on the principle of, and I haven't got it leveled up to max anymore, so it won't be quite as effective, but the katana is based on the principles of doing multiple hits to your opponent triggers blossoms on them, and then the sheathing of the weapon triggers those blossoms. So we can indeed do, we can't quite go and kill everything around us, but we can go, and that will kill everything that we've hit. It's a very cool feature. The developers of this game are well into all their anime and manga, or whatever you want to call it, especially Demon Slayer. So, which you may be able to tell from the sword that I have. For those of you who are true weebs and Demon Slayer fans, we do have a blue tinge to our Damascus patterned, or similarly Damascus patterned katana. Oh, there we go. And you know, and then one of the things that I've always appreciated with these developers is they never stop at cool. They just go further and further and further. For instance, how many games do you know where, I mean, we can dual wield katanas? That is known. The katana that I have does have a wakizashi in the bottom of the scabbard as an additional weapon. Oh, you haven't seen the half of it. When you get up to mastery level 2 with the katana, I mean, obviously we can dual wield them at any time. A double tap of trigger will allow us to reverse it, but that reversing then just makes it much easier to... Oh, I did it the wrong way round. Damn. Oh, have I not got mastery level 2? We're gonna have to get mastery level 2, I think. Nope, I have got it already. So that allows us to then combine two katanas, string them, and then use them as a fully functional bow. Because katanas, and why wouldn't you? And you know, and if that's not enough, you can spin it. Hey, yeah. I mean, we already can kind of have a naginata. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about naginatas. But you can attach your sword into the scabbard, and then all of a sudden, you do have the equivalent of a naginata. And it works very well. Works particularly well. And then, I know what you're thinking. That's all well and good, Silver, but can you attach other things to the scabbard? Yes, yes you can. If you wanted, say for instance, a pimp cane that has revolvers on both sides, fully functioning and working revolvers, I might add, well, you can. Kind of have to get rid of that first, though, otherwise it'll return. Holding trigger... Oh, there we go. Holding trigger brings the sword back to the scabbard. So to do that most effectively, you can have this weapon where it has no swords in it. It's and you can do that with everything. So some of the combinations that you can get, and we're talking about one weapon system here, and some of the conversations some of the combinations that you can get in this game are just stupid. They really are. So this is what we're playing for. We want a high style score. That's how we get these big numbers as far as rewards and as far as the various bits and pieces, the currencies and bits and bobs that we get in the game. Right. that we need to give away these keys pretty fast tonight, because I'd like to get Vaughn off the clock as soon as possible so that we can play some co-op for you a little bit later on. So if you would like to win a copy of this hidden gem of a game, please do put the broom emoji in the chat for your chance to win this one. And I say hidden gem because this game does not get anywhere near the level of praise or, you know, attention that it should get. Before we finish off the level, we have some chests. We haven't got any keys for those chests. Let's go see if we can get some keys. I think I've destroyed them all. Bit short on keys. Ooh, bit short on keys. Now I'm using the Acrobat Epitaph, which allows me multiple double jump, get out of here. Quad jump is what I have, and I believe I can get it up to a 5 times jump as well. And the way the game works is you get like a good double jump, you get your jumps until you touch the grass, I guess, and then you get your jumps refreshed again. Each time you jump, you can perform barrel roll, flip, somersault. So if I do a barrel roll and then maybe push my jump over here and hold my hands up again, I'll go from that barrel roll straight into a forward somersault. If I aim us back and up, I should be able to go straight into another kind of misty, flippy, side flippy sort of thing, and it just gets stupid. Like, this game is all about overpowering the player to the nth degree. You never start off powerful unless you've got everything unlocked, and even then you're a little bit underpowered for some of the later levels. The power comes from these. So none of these are particularly any good for us at the moment, but each one of these will offer us mastery. So we're going to go for that one. And so this is what I think is one of the best traits in the game. Unholy allows us lots and lots of various bits and pieces. For me, its best thing is that we now get currency for destroying enemies. So we're definitely having that. For slicing and dicing them, should I say. And the magic that we have in the game, as I said, we have fire. Fire can be combined to fire a huge fireball. We have lightning. Lightning can be combined to give us that Emperor-style electric attack. These are the ultimates, I suppose. We also have blood that creates the evil host. He'll just go around the level slicing the shit out of everything. I do love a good summon. I have had this to the point where I can summon them and they stick around on the map for a very long time. The game starts to struggle when you have about 30 to 35. The fact that they even allow that when you're in full fight and everything's going on, nothing survives against evil hosts. The beauty of evil hosts as well is they do that slicing and dicing that I was mentioning earlier, which then gets us more cash. More cash gets us more shields because of one of the perks that we have. Blah 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 blah. Profit. Ooh. Yes. We can go now. Right. That sounded like a decent number of brooms. End it there, Vaughn, because I'm not in the middle of a tirade. Pick us a winner. So, the other thing to note as well, threshold of the level. As soon as you step over that, the level will begin. We have 22 enemies to kill on this. There is a little variation on what can happen. So, well done, chatty. Excellent stuff. There is variation in what can happen within the game. You have different missions that will come across as we play. There is about 18 different battlegrounds that you can fight across as well, and some of them are pretty standard, some of them are just an arena with a little bit of piece, some of them are quite complex and intricate. The arenas in this are good. The enemy variety in this game as well is also very good. As I was saying earlier, one of the things that I don't interact with enough in this game is the slide mechanic. And I should, really, because you get additional style points for it. But if you wanted to, and if you make the build right, you can play the entire game in slow motion and upside down and do all the things that you want. Let's leave. Jeez, this is standalone, mate. This is standalone Quest 3. Right, let's just get this finished. Let's let the blood hosts have it. Let them stretch their legs a little. One more? Yeah, one more, why not? And then we can watch all of that upside down in slow motion glory as my blood hosts just tear the level apart. This is, I think Blood Magic is one of the strongest in the game, if not the strongest, and it's just nuts. Absolutely nuts. There we go, lovely stuff. Let me just and yeah, so the quality that you see, thank you very much first and foremost, and the quality that you see within this is the game running natively on the Quest 3. Oh yes, it is. No, that is probably because that'll be down to a number of things, potentially your network, your OBS settings, and I am using MetaQuest Developer Hub, which is why you get this cinematic view, but you can still see what I'm doing. A lot of people, when they cast with the Quest 3 native, they use the stretched view, and what the stretched view does is zooms in to make the view full, and so you can't really see a lot of the time what people are doing. So, and OBS is not that much of as much of a hog as you would think resources wise. Although having said that, every time I PC VR, OBS destroys me, absolutely destroys me. My PC is no slouch either, but you know, you'd think it is with the complaints that I have with PC VR. Right, let's get some chests open because you got some keys. Always open things with gold keys if you can. The way the game works is each lock, depending on the key used, will award you something. So this will have 2 awards in it. The higher level of key we use, the more upgrades on that reward we will get. So we'll go here and here. And we've got plus 30% mana, which will allow me to play this game properly now. And we've also got the unarmed trait. Now, I don't use unarmed, but I will go through all of the lovely, wonderful weaponry in this game. But this basically allows us to get Hulk smash fists. Maybe I will show that off a little bit later, because everybody likes a Hulk smash fist. And let's go for Angel Fist there. Again, with the new update, even I've got quite a lot of bits and pieces that I need to do some leveling up on, so I'm going to be playing that in mind. There was another chest, wasn't there? I'm sure there was another chest. Oh, you're going to need to... Yeah, cool, that works. You can levitate pretty much anything. You can also force grab enemies whilst they are weak, and you'll see all of that exploding into cash and souls and all that good stuff. That's because of one of the perks that we have. So again, I'm playing this at the higher level of power, where I begin reasonably powerful, but there's always room for improvement. Wow, is there only one chest? Stingy buggers. Right. We get a reward from the stone hand as well. You want to still be aiming for, I think it's now 60,000 style. We're always going to be, or hopefully always going to be well higher than that. Another thing that is very cool about the game is a lot of the upgrades allow you to use the things in their correct way or in different ways. Not all of them are just little stat modifiers, and so you can make because of the sheer amount of upgrading that you can do during a run, and you can make the runs bigger by making them harder in difficulty, you can nearly always get the perfect build that you want, at least on one weapon. Pack lunch, I think it is. No, but we need... Which one was it? So, like any good roguelike as well that has this element within it, different ones that you select can then be combined to unlock more powerful ones. I think it's Hungry Hollows. Increase the effect of consuming enemy crystals. Or is it Pack Lunch? We'll just take Pack Lunch. There we go. So, as a for instance, when you get unholy, when you get a certain upgrade on the unholy skill, enemies, when they die, explode, causing damage to nearby enemies. That changes the way that you play the game a little bit, because you don't have to smush everything, because they all explode for you. We always want to deal with the old totems straight away. The reason why we do this is because blue totems, if you don't deal with them, the yellow ones don't matter. Yellow ones give you keys. But blue totems, when you actually enter the level, have a chance to become red totems. Red totems attack you. If you shoot them whilst they're blue, they are easier to destroy, and you then don't have to deal with them whilst you're dealing with all the enemies. So, in this mode, we have kill enemies near the altar to fill it up. This allows us to get maximum style in this game very quickly, because we ignore what the game wants us to do and just kill enemies. If I had a complaint with this game, and it's been the same complaint that I have always had with this game, is that some of the levels, because of their textures and because of the way they are, look a bit muddy. This one's one of the ones that I think needs some love on the old colour scheme side of things. But having said that, it's still not too bad. I don't quite know what maneuver we're going for here. I think we're dancing on the ceiling. Yeah, I have to rely on that because I turn it off from appearing on the screen, because I'm trying to keep things clean. Trying. Ooh, steady. A little bit blood magic. This is the other way to use blood magic, which is completely balked. All of those will just home in on these idiots and destroy them. The amount of style and quick kills and hits that you can get from just throwing blood magic balls on the floor and letting them do their thing is ridiculous. With blood magic alone, you become very overpowered in this game. Blood magic usually has an ability to try and cap your power, because normally, to cast blood magic, you need to create these, and we create these from enemy blood crystals and later on, enemy body parts. Let me see if I can find one or kill something that might have a blood crystal. Blood crystal, blood crystal. Yeah, you did. I was there. I saw you out working. Yes, you do. So let's crunch that guy. Try not to die. That there, this is a blood crystal. So normally when you first unlock blood magic, the only way that you can make a blood ball i.e. like the blood version of like the lightning ball or the blood version of the fireball, is by crushing one of these to make a blood ball. Later on, again, as I said, there are skills in this game that change the way that you play. You can then crush enemy limbs, heads, torsos to make a blood ball. I'm pretty sure the devs put this in for me, so let's go with that. There is a skill called Devil's Trigger, which allows you to straight up cast the blood balls, and it is as broken as it looks. Nothing can touch me when I have the powers of the blood ghosts, although this isn't quite as efficient for our style, for our cache, as the evil host is. What about combined in magic, I heard? Did someone just say ask about combined in magic? We haven't done combined in magic yet, have we? So any magic that can be summoned in this game can then be combined with a different magic to have additional effects. For instance, blood has the ability to be combined with fire, and then our blood host basically becomes a fucking omni laser that goes around hunting enemies and just absolutely decimating them. What's that you say? What does it do when you combine it with lightning? It just makes these things that these blood hosts, that evil hosts that teleport around the map, zapping the fuck out of everything for you. And then they also combine with ice as well for additional effects. And normally in most games, the most powerful magic being able to combine with the rest, well, that would be enough, wouldn't it? That would be enough. No, not Hellsweeper, no. So lightning combines with fire to produce haze, which now allows us to fly. We are able to cast and conjure a dragon that does various bits and pieces as you level it up. We are also able to do a similar sort of thing with fire and ice, and lightning and ice, and I'll show you all the weird and wonderful effects of all of that later. And they all have an ability where you pull apart the combined magic, they all have an ability where you fly around with the magic, and they all have an ultimate where you point your hands towards the enemy and press trigger. When you get this game down and you find your favorites and you find your combos, the system is intricate but is quite easy to learn and master, and then all of a sudden you're doing all the things that you want to do on demand. And is that, as an overpowered idiot within a VR game, is that not what we want? I feel like that is exactly what we should get in VR games, being overpowered and being able to be as much of an idiot as we want. Like, that table, don't like it, off it goes. We can do that. But wait, there is more. So normally with the magic, that would be enough, wouldn't it? I'd be quite impressed with a game that has magic, that has all of these extra bits and pieces. We can summon the magic, imbue it to our hand, and then that infuses the weapon that we conjure. All weapons that are ones that you can summon, with the exception of some of the enemy weapons that you can summon, can do this. And the effects don't just change the gun visually. Oh, this is one of the skins as well. Garish gold. I like it. The effects don't just change the dynamic of the weapon, they also change how it behaves, para exemplar, and you can also just straight up mush the magic ball into it. But this now fires lightning shots, and then they, you know, have an effect that jumps between enemies upon hit, and that, you know, imbuing weapons with magic, well, that should be enough, shouldn't it? No. You can reload your weapons manually, which then powers them up. If you were then to imbue that weapon whilst it is in powered up state, you get another effect. So now the bullets ricochet as well as doing electrics. And this happens with lightning and fire and blood and ice. And if they add another piece of magic, I'm gonna lose count of the amount of things that you can do in this game. To be fair, I already have, because wait, there's more. If you were to take magic, imbue it to your hand, cast another magic, and then fire it, you get another effect entirely. So this is the haze variant of the forward, right trigger, and push. So that's another spell added to our arsenal. And then... is it that one? No. Oh no, it is that one. And then this is true with... is it still true with blood magic? Yes, of course it is. Some look a little pathetic. A lot of the ones that are associated with blood magic are very cool. Like summoning a little miniature black hole. Name me another one. Name me another game that allows you to do this. And the thing is, I could wait there's more this game all fucking night and not run out of things to talk about. It's like the perfect game for me, is it not? So, plenty of style points. We stayed away from the objective, killed a load of enemies, that got us a load of style. Then we just then went in there and finished off the enemies to make sure that we get maximum style from every level. This is how you get more money, more souls, more echoes, and it's just more and more and more power to you, especially with how I'm playing. Let us... yeah, let's get some lightning on the go. Alright, K2, hang on a second. Hell will never be clean, especially with me about. Let's have a quick look here. I knew there was a chest. So we're gonna use 2 silvers on this one. Silvers are the lowest denomination. This will upgrade our gun and add 2 random traits. Oops. Come here. I like to concentrate on really long clips just to make my humble 8-shooter into like a 16-shooter, you know, basically rifle at that point. This is one of the combined ones that I was talking about that you get when you become extra powerful, and it's because I already have some starting traits because of my level. We'll forge that one. And then little things like, for instance, there is an ability where when you're out of ammunition, throwing an empty gun at an enemy will cause it to explode. There is another one where you fire an additional homing bullet. There is another one which will just reduce the mana cost. You've then got all of... hello, Rick Allen. You've then got all of the... so you have abilities on the weapons. You have... of white, blue, and yellow, and those are the rarities, sort of common, uncommon, and combined or legendary. And then on top of that as well, you have these, which allow you to change things about the properties of the gun. For instance, you can give this double barrels. You can make it so that it automatically reloads. All of these things do have a mana cost, which can then make it difficult to summon more than 2. Why would you need more than 2? Oh, I'll show you in a minute. So, like, you know, I can fire the gun. Brilliant, right? If I fire it on its side, we then get ricochet buttons. If I fire it two-handed, we then get power shots, which destroy enemies' guards. That should be enough, right? No. We can make the guns hover, and we can shoot them, and they automatically reload themselves if I had the mana to accommodate that. And it's actually quite viable to be able to hit things like this. And you'll see that I had 2 in my hand at the same time. You can get a lot more than 2. And you can have a lot of things floating around you. So if you're kind of using your weaponry as familiars is the thing that you want to do, this game has you covered. And if you didn't want to do it with guns, well then, why not swords? And this then becomes a lawnmower for you to plow through the enemies with. But wait, there's more, and I'll show you in a minute. Let's give away another key, shall we? Hello, Sven. So we want... so if you would like to pop the old broom in the chat, the broom emoji in the chat, to enter for a chance to win our third of 5 keys tonight. We're giving them away a little bit fast because I'd like to show the cooperative off at some point. We will go for... we're not getting what we wanted here. So here you go. Seeing ghosts. Levitate an additional object. So as long as you can summon that many, you can levitate that many. You can have up to 8. 4 in each hand, so a grand total of 8 things in each hand, which I'm sure we'll get to at some point. Where is it? We'll keep going for those ones. So, you know, I mean, it's pretty cool that you can, you know, levitate things. So that's 3 in one hand, but you'll note my mana depletes massively because levitation at this point costs mana. You get a skill later on where levitation costs nothing, and that's how you do it. Did someone say broom, or did they say summon a rock from the ground and then attach it to my fist and then launch it at somebody? Sure they asked that in the chat at some point. Must have done. Where are there any other chests? A yeehaw emoji. They've got a cowboy hat. They have got a cowboy hat. I probably will have to show off the dog at some point. Oh, we need to make sure we've got all of those. So, I suppose the thing that I like about this game the most is it doesn't matter how you want to play this game, you are accommodated for. You know, if you literally want to go around the game being an earthbender and just summoning rocks and chucking them at enemies, you can. Oh yeah, Von will show you all the bits and pieces. And so you can play melee, you can play gunplay, you can play magic. Any one, as you've seen with what I've shown you so far, any one of those categories would normally make a game. Not with Mixed Realms, no. It almost feels like we have the content of probably 3 or 4 games just all in one. And it's glorious. Absolutely glorious. This is going to be a short one, so we'll finish this one. So again, if you want to get a copy of the game, pop the broom emoji in the chat. You only have to do it once. That enters you for the giveaway, and then I'll make a call on that after I have completed this level. So, these ones don't matter too much. This is another kind of... This is less of a level and more of a bit of a puzzle game. Destroy the totems for puzzle pieces and then place them on the altar. What we're going to do here then is, as we should be doing, shoot all of the totems that you can see before you cross the threshold. It just makes the game easier. And it stops them turning into reds. What we need to do now is we need to take these D&D style dice, there are no enemies in this, and match them in. Particularly the correct colours to the correct totems. You can put any old ones in there, but if you do, you won't get as good a rewards. Now, I know what you're thinking, can I possibly put this in upside down? Puzzle complete with added upside downedness. Perfect. As all things should be. And so because we've matched up the exact colours to the exact plinths, we get 4 rewards I can't remember if you get to choose these or not, if you get to take them all. We want to be upgrading blood magic. So the way the upgrading system works in this, as you are doing the meta progression, that unlocks a lot of options for you to start with, and also adds more to what you can unlock during the game. The level of the weapon is different to the mastery of the weapon. Leveling up the weapon is what you do back at base. Mastery is what is happening in the game as you are collecting things. We see here that if we take this, we will get a mastery, a +1, which basically adds 1 extra trait. You can get up to a +3, and it hands them out like candy in this game, and you can become stupidly powerful. Red Valentine, this is how I like to play blood magic, or one of the ways to quickly progress through the game. Increase the number of bloody ghosts. That's those things when I just drop a ball and the little red things come out and just home in and kill everything. That's what those are. However, forbidden knowledge, a deeper understanding of the eagle host allows it to linger 40% longer. Should we try and crash the game tonight? I feel a crash coming on. Right, level complete. Give us a Kia wave on. Pick us a winner. Whilst I carry on, we'll level up levitation some more. This is mastery +2. We now have the ability to create additional rocks. We also have, we'll get experiences gold, because that helps me level up. So now when I pull, and again, like, all you do, get out of the way, you'll ruin my example, dice. All you do is you hold grip and trigger at the same time and pull up. Well done, Cyber. And you summon rock. And now that we can do that in one hand, we can do it with two. So now, when I've got the mana or got the ability to levitate items for free, we can now chuck 4 rocks at a time. Katana? I will try and do a little bit of hand-to-hand combat in the game at some point. Here, little things like this. Sliding the katana on another weapon will cause all blossoms to bloom, but with reduced damage. So this kind of plays the game a little bit different. Now with the katana, we don't have to sheathe to cause all the enemies to explode. We could then have dual katanas, or the katana with a wakizashi, and that would cause all of them. So, you know, if you're not a massive weeb, but you're a bit of a weeb, and you want them all to die when you go shing, you can do that. Or you can have it so that they all die when you go shing. Your choice. And, you know, like, as you've seen with everything that happens in this game, why just put up for a boring old wakizashi when you can make it a lightning wakizashi, which then has additional effects, benefits, and various bits and pieces. And we can also summon our... It doesn't work so well the other way around. Now if I aim it, doesn't like doing it that way, I have found, because that's not the main weapon. Oh, it does work. Can have a lot of fun with throwing your sword away and then getting it to return to the scabbard as well. Another one of those features that did not need to be in this game, but they added it in anyway. And this is the what as you will get sick and tired of me telling you about tonight. Oh, what does? Oh, okay. As you will get sick and tired of me telling you tonight, that is the watchword of this game. It's just, you think you know everything about this game, and then there's another level, and another layer, and another level, and another layer, and it just keeps on keeping on. It really does. And a lot of people might think like, well, hang on, isn't there just too much in this game? Yeah, probably, but you don't have to engage with any of it. You can concentrate on the things that you like. You can do all of the things that you want to do. Let's get some experience. Here's another one. Spell balls will now bounce if I type magic shell. So if you want to start spell slinging in a different way and not just... Because the spell balls are pretty lame in that they just drop. The fourth wall like you wouldn't believe, mate. Like you wouldn't believe. I've barely covered any of it in the 18 videos that I did. This is one of those games where if I structured it right, I could get 100 shorts out of it. The thing is, it all gets, I'm playing it on a, but wait, there's more, but wait, there's more, and there always is. But when you play the game for the first time, all of this is drip fed to you, and I would highly encourage finding something that you like and then just fucking sticking with it. And the game rewards you for that. I chose revolvers and played with revolvers until I found something that I wanted to use or was better. You use the things that you are good or comfortable with to acquire and level up everything else. Absolutely everything else. So it then means that if you are not good with a thing because it doesn't start out particularly powerful, or it doesn't work the way that you want it to do, but it will when you level it up, well, that's great. Use what you are good with until you get it to where you want it to, and then go. Like, as Decrepit will always ask me about the melee in a game. I play so much with the magic and the guns and the acrobatics and wall running and flipping upside down and just dicking about in this game. I've barely touched melee. And that's the thing is, it's viable because of slow motion, and all that upside downedness just makes it very, very cool. One of the reasons why I don't automatically default to melee in this is A, gunplay and magic is just so fucking good and powerful and awesome, but also one of the, I think it works a little bit differently now, Grison. XP is gold. It should say actually here, after completing an act. Oh no, okay, 25 additional echoes will be awarded. So XP is gold will give you, oh no, it is that then. So XP is gold will now give you the currency that you need to level up the weapons. So things as far as the leveling up have changed. We'll look at that later because I may even need to do some redos on some of the videos that I've done. So anyway, let's go and get the rest of these. Hello, Bucky. It's the swordplay. So one of the frustrating things that I always found about this game, and this is true of any melee game I suppose, is when you square up to an enemy, a lot of the time you either get too close that you overshoot, or you can't get close enough, and every hit just seems to be just off. Not anymore. Some of the best weapons in this game are the really long-ranged ones, and they allow you to do so much. No one's getting through that. Look at her fly. And yeah, you just keep bouncing around the place. Happy days. That was another one of those, can you just? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Another chest. Very, very fun. We might as well use 1 gold there, 1 gold there. And so, as I said, the way the system works, it doesn't matter how many you put in total, it's where you put them and how many locks the chest has. So, oh, they've moved around, but the locks and the levels are based together. So this is obbles. This is the currency of the game. That is a huge amount of cash. Levitation. Lovely. We shall have... So, like, here's another one. Lasting Touch. Retrieve the last held object by quickly pressing the grip button twice. These are all new abilities that you get. You buy them. As far as Jade Keys are concerned, you buy them. And that's the only way that you can get them. And all Jade Keys do... Ooh, we do need XP as gold. All Jade Keys do is they act as a 1 key that will fill all locks with golds. So if you do get a jade, only use them on 3 lock chests to maintain efficiency. Yeah, that was before they changed the system. Tomb of the Fireflies, one of the best fireball ones that you can get, increases the damage of the flame blast's embers. The more you push into that, the less style you'll get, but the quicker kills you get, so we don't want to put too many into that. Here's another one that's great as well. I'll show it off in just a second. Is it Mana Conduit? No, that one. No, we'll have some. 5-finger discount is the MVP of this game. It's a bit boring in that it just reduces mana cost of things, but 5-finger discount in this game makes everything else possible. There's a lot of people who've played this game and they keep on getting the mana drained thing, and it's because they're upgrading all the power and not looking after the cost. So make sure you look after the cost. You know that fireball that we had, and how I didn't show it off previously, how you can do a flamethrower in it? Well, yeah, now we can do split, and you can get that. I've had that up to 8, just split, and you can do that with each hand. And then, to give you an idea of something else that happens in the game, there is an ability that you can get that allows you to point those flamethrowers down at the ground, and you're able to fly. Like Iron Man, but flamethrowers instead of thrusters. And again, it just goes on, and on, and on, and on, and on, and on, and on. And it's fucking great. As I said, the amount of systems and the amount of ideas and the amount of bits and pieces in this game is about the sort of mechanics you would expect from 3 or 4 games combined. It really is. Absolutely silly amount of content, and you know what, they're just going to add more and more and more and more and more. That's all they've done since they've started, and it is a crying shame that this game isn't more popular than it is. Really is. Hopefully, maybe the 3-player cooperative will draw more people. I think part and parcel of it is there's going to be an element of intimidation factor in this game. There's going to be the element that most people don't know that you can somersault and go upside down, and that going upside down and somersaulting in VR is cool as fuck. Or I think it is anyway. Like, one of the big things for me in this game is, you know, computer games, and especially VR, is a form of escapism. What's one of the coolest things that you can do in escapism? And why is it cool? Because you get to do things here that you can't do out there. Now, for some of you, that might be taking a person and ramming his head repeatedly into a corner of a table. For me, I cannot jump 10 feet in the air, misty flip, whilst dual wielding and pistoling something, and then draw into a katana to slice a head off, and then cast some flame magic. Can't do that. Can't do that. And so as was that Kim? Yeah. As Kim was saying, you know, the game can be quite intimidating with the amount of content. Take it on the basis of find something you are good with, interact with that until you find something else more interesting or more powerful, and you can level up everything that way. And then the other benefit is, well, we've got this. It's now 3-player cooperative. I'm pretty sure this will get added to the rotation of a little gym time. Give over now. So I'm pretty sure we'll be adding this one to the rotation of games that I play with you lot. And what's one of the things that I can do for you? I can increase the rate that you level up and get you the things that you want to play with, and then show you how to play with them. Another kind of mission here, another good one for style. We have to destroy the totems. There are 5 of them. Enemies will spawn infinitely whilst this is happening. Good news for us, because then that means that we can get a lot of style without anything, without the level ending prematurely. This is on standalone. Always standalone where I can. And for, as somebody who loves the necromancer classes in games, because you summon your minions and they just do your bidding for you. They're not even voice controlled. They just go out there and get the fucking job done. Like good blood magic should. And they call them evil. These are like employees of the month. Every month, every year, every day. Evil hosts. Ooh, we might be able to do it now, actually. Let's try some Emperor Palpatine act, but upside down. And go wait for there. Hup. Oh, yeah. No, messed it up. Need more mana, really, to do it. Just in case people don't know, because this is a bit of a cheat, is combine the lightning, fire it off. Ooh, done that wrong. Combine the lightning, fire it off. As soon as you land, tap jump, and then you are back into free roam mode. And as I promised, if you want to do your Emperor Palpatine act like I do, upside down, you can. Oh, what? Blood magic? Blood magic is the last thing that you unlock. We've probably got enough. Let's try and interact. Try not to get killed. Okay, we're fine. See those marks? That didn't work quite as well. But you get the idea. People playing this game more. Ow. It literally allows you to do all the things and the stuff. Oh, I dropped it. It kind of worked out. I definitely need more practice with melee weapons. You know, here's a... Yeah, this, well, there's as much to do with the game as that, but I do have a little bit of a filter on... here's another feature that's in the game. Call it a feature. You can get hit by enemies. The knives go through your hands. That then reduces the maximum amount you can heal back up to. So you do have to pull the knives out. Make sure you do. And yeah, I have a little bit of a sharpening filter, and I use MetaQuest Developer Hub. And that is to try and get what you're looking at on screen as close as what I see. Little gunplay for you there. What's that? Fire bullets? Why not? Pull the knife out and flip. The only thing that's missing is spinning the guns on your finger, a la Action Hero. It really is. Now, we've probably got to the point where we've got more style than we actually need. So we're in a state of play now where we can just end this now. Easiest way to end it is bit of blood magic, because it does a great job. Oh no, right. There's one thing that the SMG can't do. But yes, you get with the because the SMG is powerful enough already. One of the things that I know that you can't do with the SMG. Hello, Ken. Thank you, dude. One of the things that you can't do with the SMG is manually reload it. You can't do that anymore because it makes it too powerful. It's already powerful enough. If memory serves, you can definitely imbue it, and I know that's part and parcel of how it works. Excellent work. Excellent work, employees. Paid interns. Or unpaid interns, rather. Alright, let's get this. I'm trying to so the SMGs were one of the later additions to the game. They don't have quite as much going for them as some of the other weapons. For instance, with the pistol, if you manually reload it, it then... I'll show you the proper one. It then... So, that's normal shot. And then with flame, it then makes your bullets proper explosive bullets. As opposed to... flame on the gun normally. It just gives it a fire effect, not an explosion. It is indeed... What the hell am I doing streaming? I must love it. So, one of the things that I will say is, with one locks, I think this is the opportunity, if you haven't got a lot of gold keys, to use them. Because one lock chests are the worst ones that you can get. They don't give you quite as many rewards. So you may as well use your silvers on them, in my opinion. Let's see if we can get something. So we can add laser sights to our gun. We can... Thank you very much. So, none of these are any good to me, really, but I'll put laser sights on so you can see when I miss easily and more easily. Alright, well, let's... Yeah, if I found keys in the level, that would work. Ooh, okay. If you'd like to win a copy of Hellsweeper, Broom's in the chat. I've just thought of something. We can interact with the new feature. Brilliant. Is it necessary? Does it do anything? In fact, does it do anything? Can't tell. But yeah, so you can light these now with flames for reasons, and then you can ice them as well. I wouldn't put it past the devs in a game like this, where if you light them all, something might happen. So we better check. Best check, hadn't we? Whilst you guys are getting your emojis. So whilst I'm lighting these, for those of you who don't know how this works, enter the broom emoji in the chat for a chance to win a copy of this awesome game for the quest, and it'll also work in the, what were we saying earlier, in the Rift store. Oh, come on now, we need some more venom behind it than that. This is why paid violence, they say that violence doesn't pay. In this game it does. Damn, not enough. Yep, there we go. Yep. Yep. Get blood magic, get paid violence, smash all the bodies into the things. Because when they splatter, it counts as a dismemberment kill. And dismemberment kills is what we're getting paid violence money for. Whilst we're finishing up the giveaway, So I can go into my loadout at any time, and any weapon that I have found whilst I am in the middle of my roguelike crawl, I can equip to any of those things. So if you find something mid-run, or you get something that you like and you've had enough of one of your other things, we can change it over. I've only got the enemy weapons, and they are literally as they are. They just come out and you can do a bit with them. The Nadachi is particularly great though, because it's fucking huge. The scythe is good. They're all actually quite good. It's just the melee I just don't play with a lot in this. So is the damn truth of it. So what if we have blood magic in this hand, and then if we infused that and then cast a rock from the floor, put the rock onto our hand, well, of course that would then mean that we have 3 rock fists, and then when you punch forward, yeah, they fly out in front of you, and then I suppose you could just do that again, and then all of a sudden, if anyone's seen what's it called? The name escapes me now. It was on the Xbox, Wrath of Asura, Wrath of Ashai, A-S-U-R-A, I'm sure it was. Azura's Wrath. If anyone has played Azura's Wrath, where he goes into his mental mode and grows all the extra arms out of the back of his head. And yep, we got that. And then, when we're finished, we can fire them off in a salvo against things. Oh yeah. And the other thing to note as well is, as I said, all of this stuff is drip fed to you, but you can get bombarded with all the stuff that is in this game, which is why I would heavily recommend finding 1 or 2 systems that you can use, sticking to those, and then looking at the options and the abilities later on. The one thing that I will say is, because of how the leveling up works, because of how powerful any weapon system can become, and because of how powerful any weapon system can start off, if you want to play this game from front to back just using stone fists, you can. If you wanted to play this game just throwing rocks at enemies, you can. If you wanted to actually use your hands in hand-to-hand combat, you can as well. If you wanted to use just the katana by itself, there is enough variety within all of these little things, and there's a huge amount of them within the game. There is enough variety within all of these little things that it's all viable, and you could play through the entire game and it still wouldn't be boring. And what's best, you'll feel cool because you're doing the thing that you want to do. End it there for us, Von. Chris just got in time. Pick us a winner. Like I say with the whole, chucking rocks at people. Oh, why would that's just doing that over and over again? That's going to get pretty boring pretty fast. Yes. But you forget that you can infuse your hand before you summon the rock, and then you're throwing lightning rocks at people, which then have additional effects as well, and you can throw ice rocks and flame rocks and blood rocks and lightning rocks and normal rocks, and it just goes on and on and on and on and on. Well done, Bucky. Good. That's another one we can get in on the old cooperative. Right, let's have a look at another level, shall we? Plenty of style. As I said, we want to be over 60,000. We're close to 1 million there, so I was playing this for longer than I needed to. We will upgrade blood magic because that is my particular idiom at the moment. Hex payback. Increased status affects duration by 20%. Really good for some of the magic in this. Okay for blood magic. Blood-infused attacks recover 10% of damage as health, and this can be leveled up infinitely. So if you wanted to make a build where you vampiric all of your weapons, you can. So that will now, because it is infused with blood magic, will take life off of enemies on hit. And again, normally that would be enough, wouldn't it? If we manually reload it, and I've got two ways to do so, there is a perk on bullets which allows you to manually reload the gun by putting it to either your shoulder or hip slot. That perk is called Libertarian. I highly recommend placing Libertarian on the bullets perk when you have a weapon that is able to equip bullets, because instead of having to conjure bullets and load them into the gun, we can just bring the gun to our shoulder and it does the same thing. The reason why this is powerful is because now when we hit surfaces, we summon fucking blood ghosts on those shots. And it's just silly levels of... I thought I just heard somebody ask in the chat. Oh, yeah, no, of course. If you're quite right, whoever said that. If you took something like a fireball, threw it in the air and shot it, it then has another effect. In that then does a fireball. So normally the fireballs, when you throw them, they're a little bit pathetic. But if you shoot them, you get a bigger explosion and your bullets split into multiple. And that happens on everything. And if I remember rightly, the effect is exaggerated when you have the gun powered up through manual reloads, and it goes on and on and on and on and on and on. Yeah, I did have to check my battery earlier because I did the whole unplugging it to get the MetaQuest Developer Hub thing. That was one of the things that I was going to say. This game is looking as good as it is. I use a slight filter on OBS, a little bit of sharpening, it's more to tidy up what you lose from VR into the game. You know, filters can only do so much for a game. And I use OBS, we're casting at 1440p or up to 1440p, but the jewel in the crown of it is using MetaQuest Developer Hub. That is the real king here of showing off the game in all its glory when streaming. Is there a Quest 3 update? Yes, there is. This game, Bucky, this game is now 3-player cooperative. So this is part and parcel of another reason, obviously we do giveaways anyway, but why it's always Mixed Realms as well. It's Mixed Realms that want me giving these keys away. They just want more players. And rightly so, as they should do. And one thing that I will say about Mixed Realms is every single update this game has had so far has all been free of charge. They've just taken the existing game and added and added and added and added. I think this one's been out for a year and a bit now. When it first came, it did not have cooperative at all. When it first came, it had a lot of these mechanics, but for instance, it didn't have the katana and it didn't have the tempest. It was missing one or two of the weapons that have added. I've played it I've played it way too many hours, Doomsley, and on top of that as well, I am by no means a master. Yes, I can do gunplay, yes, I can do magic, and I know all of those combinations. No, it didn't start out with cooperative on. It was a single-player game to begin with, and cooperative was added, I believe. Or am I thinking about something else? No, it was definitely a single-player game when I first played it. I'm almost 100% sure on that, but then this may be a memory serves issue. So, I do believe cooperative was added. Let's pop that one there, that one there. I don't remember Hellsweeper having cooperative. No, but no. What I'm saying, Von, is it was cooperative when it was not cooperative. It did not have multiplayer when it first came out. That was added. Because you didn't get this on launch, did you? Allows... So this isn't bad. When you find a blessing in a chest, you take those. Forgotten gravity. Increase number of max jumps by 1. Yep. 90%. Yeah. 90%. What is it? I'm right 60% of the time, every time. Yeah, I'm quite sure. Was it? Huh. Maybe I'm thinking of something different then. Yeah, I must be thinking of something else that didn't have cooperative when it first came out. And then it did. I thought it was this. Don't know. So, what we have here is the level of... This is the only level in the game where you're actually traveling, so there's corridors to go through. This is kind of a bonus level. It's this level, the infinite corridors, or they used to call them... Are they? Yeah, they're infinite corridors now. They used to call these the vaults, and rightly so. Hundreds of keys, loads and loads of chests. So, yeah. And also challenges as well. Trial of luck. Test your luck, roll the dice. See this? This makes the floor lava if we hit it for the rest of the game. If you want to give yourself an absolute nightmare of an experience, when you get that, you'll know of it. I didn't have to spin that. These things that are added in the Trial of the Luck will be added to the rest of the game. So now, the rest of the game will include... Ooh, shorter objectives. So now there'll be less things to kill. I couldn't do it. No! No, I was trying to look cool. Let me look cool, let me look cool, let me look cool. It's that way. No. It's not doing it. No, it's that way round. Ah, maybe you can't do it upside down. Everyone likes Devil May Cry, right? Literally Devil May Cry in VR, this game. Just in case you didn't know. Upward slices on melee usually send the enemy up. If you are airborne... I wish I had the levitation ability. Is my scabbard. Has anyone seen my scabbard? No. Well, I still want to get to about 2 hours left before we give the last key, so I appreciate your enthusiasm, but not just yet. I'm pretty sure we're not there yet. Won't be long though, ladies, won't be long. Weren't you already, Doomsley? And if not, damn it, why not? No, you shit. No, we haven't even seen a boss. Hey, I'm going through this at a reasonable pace. There's too much to talk about. That's the problem. Oh, come here, you shit. Get in there. There's always more. Always more. You are most welcome, Stuffy Film. Thanks for dropping by. So what I do hope to do is now, because it always felt, as I was saying at the beginning, it always felt to have a game that I'm playing with you lot that's only me and somebody else. Like, I know all of you lot are fine, but it could potentially be a little bit of an intimidating environment for somebody new to come in by themselves and play. When there's two of you, though, that changes things a little bit, but it also allows me to do what I want to do in my playing with chat streams, and that's to play with lots of you and try and share everything about the place a bit. So now that this is up to 3-player cooperative, we're now at that sort of Dungeons of Eternity level. And as I said, you show me what you're using and I'll tell you something new about it. That was rubbish on style, but I mean, it's still not too far off the pace, but we need that at 60,000. One of the things that I would say to you if you are trying to get style is do not increase your damage. Normally in any game, you want to be increasing your damage because you want to be killing enemies. You will get powerful enough in this game through the various stats and upgrades. Very rarely do you need to actually take that because you're getting powerful enough already, and the more underpowered we are, the more hits we do to the enemies. More hits means more style means more rewards means more level ups and upgrades, and that's all that good stuff that we want. Let's add a little bit more on the old... I'm being quite boring with the pistol, but we could go for the gun will spawn with maximum ammo and buffs, but cannot be reloaded. So all of a sudden you are not reloading your guns, you're summoning them each time. Nope. You want to try... It depends on the level that you're at. If you are underpowered and going up against a shitload of really difficult enemies, or you're struggling on specific bosses, increasing damage isn't a bad idea. The thing is, a lot of those upgrades, if you keep on top of them, will upgrade your damage with specific weapon systems, as well as giving you other effects. The thing is, becoming too powerful in this game is not a problem, but the more powerful you get, especially if the enemies are weak, then you're not getting all of those extra juicy hits, and that's then stopping you progressing in the game quite as fast. Again, there is a lot to do in this game, and I'll show that off just before we go and have a look at the multiplayer. Because, you know, I've just shown you a little tip of the iceberg of some of the weapon systems that are available in this game. We haven't even looked at the shop yet. We haven't even looked at the... We haven't really done the class system, the epithet system, which is basically a class system. We haven't looked at the upgrades that you can get on these weapons and the combinations that you can start them out. Hell, if you really like this game enough, and I do, and this is the way that you force yourself to play this game with all the weapons and get good at them, and this is how I did it, is you can play this roguelike mode where you don't start off with all of the weapons. And you start off with a random selection, and then you earn more as you progress. So I always play it where I've got my favourites on, just so that because I think I can show the game off better that way. But, you know, if I randomly got given an axe, a sword, a scythe, and a something else, then, you know, I can only show you melee. And the melee's great in this game. I'm just not that competent with it, I don't think. Trial of power. Challenge yourself for rewards. Good. Good. And they think that I'm trapped in here with them. Lightning is particularly great in its, like, mega format. All of this is all extra hits. And then we'll just finish off the room with blood magic. Yeah, not wrong. Yeah, if anybody ever comes on stream and asks me a question that I've answered in one of my tips in 30 ticks, just wasting my time, your own time, and it'll just make me very disappointed. Nope. It's a viable weapon. You know, those toes can get particularly sharp when not cut correctly. Huh? Oh, this is something I haven't tried. This won't work. I always say this, but good. Just checking. Good. There's very few things that fit on the katana. Now, one of the other things that you can do, but it hasn't happened, is when, oh, that's another very manly throw. When you kill enemies, sometimes their arms break off. If you pick up their arms and you have the unholy power up, you can use their magic because you have their arm, or in some circumstances, their faceplate. Cool, thank you, Bomb. I actually should check that through. God, have you ever seen a pair of girls so thirsty to play a game with me? It's just disgusting. Really, isn't it? They just want one thing. And it's fucking disgusting. They just want free level ups and weaponry. Well, that's two things, isn't it? Right. We'll give away the other key in just a moment then. Let us upgrade. Yeah, but you were thinking it, Vaughn. You were thinking it. Hey, look, I'm very enthusiastic about this game as well. But I said, I don't know, like, playing it two-player cooperative, the runs can be very long in this, and I can only play it with one person at a time, which I suppose I kind of draw the line at there. Level up, pimp. Indeed. Where's the one that changes things? Let's have a look. Yes, that one does. So there's multiple ones here that do it. So I'll show you paranoia first off. So another thing that we can do, hold trigger, push forward, and we create a blast of air. Do it downwards, and we create a radius. That is part of the blast skill. what I just got there, that will kind of force push all enemies, and as you've seen, weaponry away, and that can be scaled up in magnitude, and it can do multiple pom-pom-poms. Punch girl indeed, Von. Punch girl indeed. But you have to have your palm out and then hold trigger to do it. Now that we've unlocked paranoia, if I pull backwards, it will drag all enemies towards me. This is your little bug. I've turned him off because he annoys me greatly. He's constantly telling me what to do, and I don't know about you guys, but I have done more tips and tricks videos than this fucking guy. So no, I didn't think so. But come on now. Let my mana recharge a second. Stop it! Too many things! There we go. That's one. Let's get that one. Fuck, that's not what I wanted to do. So one of the things that I really liked as well, and we'll show this off later, is that normally you don't have the Wakizashi. It is Wakizashi, not Wazakashi. Wakizashi. One of the things that you don't get at the start is the Wakizashi in the bottom of this. You have to upgrade it to get that. You can, at all points of the game, as long as you're at mastery level 2, combine the katanas to make the bow. The problem that the ladies have on this game is, of course, the size of the bow. Size matters, guys. And what I found when Kim and Von were using katana and katana on the other side is that the bow was too long, and so they couldn't fire it properly. They had to use it horizontally because the sword, the other length of katana, was touching it because it was too long. So this is what I like to call the lady's sword bow, in that it is made up of a katana where you need the height, and then the wakizashi where you don't want the height, so that you can easily fire the shots. The lady bow. If you wanted to play a run where, you know, you just throw bullets at enemies, you can. No worries, Decrepit. The other thing as well about this game in its accessibility, remember, I am playing with nearly everything that would help you out off. So, for instance, when you hold up on the right thumbstick, puts the game into slow time and normally gives you like a pointer to show you where you are jumping to and the trajectory of that. I turn it off because it's very intuitive. I know that that will do a forward dash. I know that that will jump me up. And then if I aim it at about a 45-degree angle, I know that will jump me forwards, and that will jump me sideways, and that will jump me backwards. So I don't need that, but you can have that. Damage numbers and all sorts of guidance and help is in the game. This one is packed full of options. Oh, what's that, chat? Kick! Oh, okay. Yep, we can kick. 1, 2. We've also got that one as well. And that one. Yes, I can do the splits in this game. Spready to the gods is also possible. And we can kind of do a bit of an airwalk as well. And like all good games that have kick in them that you're not doing yourself. Yeah, it does look hilarious. Right, with all good kick games, the kicks go where you are looking, so you can make yourself kick in some stupid directions, but you can also make it so that the kicks go where your controllers are facing. These are actually viable in combat as well, because they do very little damage, but per kick does you another tick on style. On style, would you believe it? Would you, Adam and Evenet? Right, if you would like to win our final copy of the game, get us a broom in the chat. Hello, my honey, indeed. The game is divided into, if you play it this way, that is, the game is divided into 3 acts. There are now a grand total of 5 bosses in the game that can appear. When you play the game in normal, they will appear in a normal manner, in a normal order. When you play in some of the higher difficulties, they can be remixed. There's elemental versions of each of these bosses. So for instance, and they're all based on various deadly sins. Savagery has a fire altered type. Deceit has a lightning version of himself, so on, so forth. You can do mirror matches where you fight another Hellsweeper. What else is there? The harder you make the game, the more nodes you get to play before you come to a shop or come to a boss. Oh, we haven't seen the shop yet, have we? I haven't seen them yet. Yeah, that's the last one. Here we go. Increase the number of forks. So because I have picked up multiple statics, which is just a reasonably rubbish trait, I don't need it, the reason why I've been doing it is because 3 of them unlocks the ability to potentially get the upgrade Lightning Emperor. Increases the number of forks in your power lightning by 1, and you can do that infinitely. So, you know, you thought we had unlimited power already? Now there's an additional fork there, and I don't know how many you could add onto that. It is going to cause more of a mana drain, but it is going to put more hits out there without causing more damage. Well, it's going to cause as many more hits as it is in the amount of damage that it does. So it is actually useful. You can get some of these skills up to silly levels. Absolutely silly. And it's brilliant. And I love the game for it. So this is like a proper genuine ambush. Whilst we're doing all of this, I'll just kill all of this nice and quick. Haven't touched Behemoth, mate. Haven't got it yet. I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of waiting. They said that there was a day 7 patch coming or something, and I don't even know if that's been and gone yet or not. It probably has. And so I'm at the point now where I've waited this long. Well, I might as well wait for it to go on big discount, haven't I? Ooh, you've had a bit of a problem. Is it? The day 1 patch, the day 7 patch. Can games... Is it too much to ask devs that games just be finished? Is it? Guess it is. Plus 40 echoes, that's what we need. As I said, echoes are the new currency, which I'm not very familiar with at the moment, but from what I can gather, they do one of the jobs that souls used to do in this game. So souls now have a very specific role, which I'm just about to go and show off. And so, if you like your roguelikes, if you like your... Like, you would be excused for thinking, oh, this is just kind of a sandbox game with a little bit of a mission theme. Well, it is, but it's got all of that roguelike goodness in to keep you coming back and back and back for just one more run. And then the end game in this game is worth it, because you are then able to take all of the things that you've learned and all that level of power and exercise it on some of that, on the harder difficulties. And it's got cooperative as well. Who fucking needs Behemoth? I'm sure it's great and everything, but still. I'm really going to have a look at that cooperative thing. I swore this game was not cooperative when I first got it. This is the shop. Normally the shop is good for us. Because of how the system has changed, I might be able to change one of the rules that I set down for this game, in that money and souls, the more you have, the more you get to spend in on the meta currency, on the meta progression of the game. But I think that's what this does now. So it may still be a case of collect as much of this as you can and don't spend it. So I will go. Oh, I'm gonna go and have a look. You can refresh the shop. Costs you a lot of money to do so, though. There's the jade key that we were talking about, Kim. That's how you get them. Oh, good shout there, Mindshift. We were just about to end it. You've got the ability to sell unneeded traits for cash. You also... You used to have the ability to change them over, but that's not a thing anymore. And this is where you can just kind of sit back and go through the abilities that you've got and change various things around and do various bits and bobs. So, and this is the big tip that I was saying. Look at this. This is because of Gilded Boots. The most powerful blessing in the game. Every 300 cash grants you 1 shield. The reason why we haven't been dying is because I know how to maximize my cash gain. Gaining cash gives us shields, and shields mean we'll never have to use our life bar, except for at the start of the game where you are just getting into the swing of the things. I'll kill this boss and then we will get some cooperative going, I guess. Give us that last key away then, Vaughn. Kim, if you want to get powered up and ready. Sure. Vaughn. Is it? That's, to be fair, that's good to know. But for me, it's still like, why not just fucking delay the release of the game by 7 days? What's the fucking difference? What would the difference be in delaying the game 7 days and have it with the patch? I'll tell you what the fucking difference would be. The difference would be you'd get better reviews at the start of the game, and people like me would be like, whoa, shit, I need to check that game out, instead of, it sounds like it was a bit shit to begin with and now they've sorted it out. Oh, good. I've never faced this boss before. Brilliant. How do we kill it? Yeah. Hey, whoa, 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 whoa. Hopefully these guys are dying. So this is the new boss of the game. I don't even know if that's doing damage. I mean, it sounds like it's doing damage. Let's keep shooting until it dies. And yeah, well done, Chris. Good stuff. I know you're one of my regulars to come in and play in with chat, and you'll fucking enjoy this, guaranteed. Ooh, these have got poison area of effect. Well, aren't you guys clever? Oh dear. Well, I know how to kill these guys quick. They're taking some hits, though. I mean, we have got it on a reasonably decent level of difficulty. Let's get some more. More. That boss took a lot of hits, actually. To having to pull out evil hosts at the level that I'm at to take them down on extreme says a bit about them. That's good. So, as we complete... Mate, you'll be fine. Just get on it and get playing. And then watch. Anybody who's getting this for the first time, I'd say, get on. And I would say this with any of the games that I have. If you see me doing... If you see... Oh, yeah, but new boss dead. So, if you see me doing a tips in 30 ticks of a game, because people have asked me in the past, like, you know, surely I've got enough hours in games to review games and give you my thoughts and opinions on it. I don't think I'm qualified to do that, and also I run the risk of skewing my review with my feelings on the game, whether I like it or not like it or whatnot, and then that leads to bias. And you know, I'm an excitable guy. I don't like to badmouth things either, so I don't want to do bad reviews. So if you wanted recommendations from me, if I've done tips and tricks on a game, I mean, I'd like to think that that's the kind of written between the lines statement for the entire channel, is if I'm doing tips and tricks on it, it's pretty fucking good. Style. This is always nice to see, a nice flood of shit, and then it gets sucked into your groin like good loot should. Basically, yes. At the end of a chapter, it is chapter, isn't it? We get a new blessing. We could have more dipping source, Guardian Angel. When struck with a fatal hit, gain 5 seconds of invulnerability instead. We'll take dipping source. The blessings that we've got in this run haven't been very good. Some of them that you can get just make you ridiculously good. Thankfully, this is one of those games where you can mitigate some of the RNG through various game mechanics and through leveling up and getting your character better. Yeah, it is acts. Amount of money, souls. Oh, so it's echoes now as well. Amount of money, souls, and echoes is translated into souls and echoes. I know this is quite complicated, but basically all the echoes we gain are converted into echoes, and all of the currency and souls we get are converted at a 40% ratio and are given to us as souls. The rest we keep and continue doing the run. The further you get into the run, the more of your spoils are converted to things that actually you can do with. Now, what it looks like here is they have completely done away with the leveling up system for weapons. So some of these are now not up to maximum level. They used to get a little bar going around them. So now it's even easier to find something you are good at, earn a load of echoes, and then level up those things that you're not so good with to make them powerful so that you can become good with them. Like, for instance, I don't think I'm particularly good with any of the melee weaponry in this game, but well, the thing is as well, Doomsday, the fact that I've had to restart the game twice as well, and both of those times I was up to... Because you only need to get to level 38 to unlock all of the different kinds of blessings. This is what I was talking about piecemealing. Yes, Kim, I will be there in just a moment. So, another little bit of a... Oh, wait, there's more. All of the weapons now, as I said, have different cosmetics. Not just the ability to change some of the dominant colors, i.e. for instance, if I had laser pointers on this gun, I could change the laser pointer to any of those colors. I would have to usually spend souls to unlock those colors. What they've also added now is there are proper cosmetics, and they all look quite good. So that's the gold one. That's the... I mean, I could use that, but I've already got red hands. And then you have got the mithril ones, and then you've got the obsidian ones as well. I think the gold ones look great, but I'm between those and the obsidian. And all sorts of different... Ooh, actually, hang on. Ah, is it? Hang on. Where I just saw the runes glow on that. Oh, it's when it's on its side. Hang on. So if you went there... Right, so it isn't just the laser pointer with the weapon. It's also some of the detail on the weapon as well. So you can make whatever fucking combo you like. I'm thinking we go that one, because that looks cool. Yes. Royal blue and gold, like any good Thousand Sun warrior should have. Brilliant. Anyway, so we now have cosmetics for all the different weapons. Just to give you a quick butchers at what's available, there is a standard sword, an axe, a mace, the katana, pistols, assault cannon, assault rifle, shotgun, tempests, which are submachine guns, little Uzi sort of things. The bow, I haven't even touched on the bow and how fucking cool that is in this game. The core magics, the magic staff, which Von will show us how it works, and then on top of all of that, you've also got the combo magics, laser magic, haze magic, and charge magic, which I will try and endeavor to show off. Again, I can never show off everything in one stream. I think I'd struggle to show it all off in multiple streams. I really would. So, oh, and the other thing that I wanted to do is... Yeah, so now we literally just exchange our echoes for level ups. So we want this on maximum level, because blood magic is great. Increase the number of bloody ghosts. Jesus. That one I shouldn't go for, but it allows me to lock in another trait. As you level up systems within this game, you are then able to equip trait slots to them from the very start. Now when we begin the game, not only will I be able to summon blood balls straight away, but they'll now summon lots more of these little blood ghost things. Bloody marvellous. Right. What we'll do, Kim, is you ladies come and join me. So I'll get the room up and running. Oh, I haven't even talked about the customization yet, because that's fucking extensive as well. I do use the default mask because I think it's the best looking one, and you can then pick your skin color and your vein color, which, as you'll see, your veins glow when you do the magic. Because that's what you want, isn't it? Anyway, right, let's go and have a look at that multiplayer. There are... I can't show it off now. There's another mode called Gauntlet. It looks like you can have a roguelike mode and a Gauntlet mode going at the same time. Test your mettle in the grueling trials of hell. Ascend each step or die trying. That is a pure combat arena mode for those of you who want it. Oh no, and we've also got the tutorial as well, where you can learn all the shit. This teaches you everything that you need to know in the game in quite a decent fashion, and then I'll teach you all the extra little bits and pieces that you've missed. There's also daily challenges within the game as well, and then, yes, Vaughn, I'm segueing, you fucking... And then there's the multiplayer, which we're going to go into now. And you would be forgiven for thinking, I get it. The cooperative is just going to be kind of like just the arena mode. Because, you know, there's no way you could have the full roguelike experience but 3-player cooperative. They wouldn't do that. This is the sort of game where you'd think, yeah, they'll just cop out a little bit on the multiplayer, and they will dumb it down a little bit so that they can make it work. My one complaint with the multiplayer is he's got one of those... Jesus Christ, they're fucking keen, aren't they? He's got one of those systems where to friend up with each other, you have to have one of those really long, ridiculous-looking codes. But as we know with these systems, you only need to do that once. So... Hello, Vaughn.
Hello.
I don't know how loud... Oh, actually, that's something I better check. Audio, UI, voiceover. I don't know what sound that would be related to. You sound quite quiet. Well, yeah, you sound quite quiet to me. But that's probably because I've got my volume on. So this, what Von's doing here is she's showing us how you can summon doggos, and this is normal doggo, and you can pet him if he's yours. You kind of, I mean, he's still an object, but you can't pet him quite as well as you can unless he's yours. If he's yours, you can like proper grip him and give him a good rubbing. If you summon Doggo with blood magic, he gets 2 little doggos with him, and oh good. Okay. Doggos can get an ability where they start picking up weapons and using them. They can use everything in this game. It is silly. Absolutely silly. Well, I'll keep inviting Kim until she shows up. Now, the one thing that I will say is the last few times that me and Von have played the cooperative of this, it has been really good, really seamless. We used to have some problems. I'll just keep spamming you with them until they come through. There we go. Yeah.
I think I'm
Yeah, I think you are here too. Oh, right. What I will do then, if the ladies are a little quiet, is I'll turn the music down a tad, because I think the music might be a little overpowering.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Yes. Abby.
No, fucking wait a second. Who answers knock knock with yes? You're just trying to sap. You're just trying to sap. You're just trying to sap the fun out of Kim's joke. That's what you're doing. Hey Kim. No, shorts. Who's there?
Shut up. Abby.
Abby who?
Abby birthday to you.
Right. Dying of cringe over here. Somebody get me a wambulance. Right, so thank you, Kim. So I will play with my standard assortment of weapons, but we'll put the bow on. so I can show that off a bit. The bow works decently in this game, I do think. Yes, the game seems to spawn more enemies when you are more players. Now, the one thing that we have here is me, Von, and Kim have played the beta a little bit, but it had the problem that one of the earlier versions of the cooperative had. This is the magic staff, by the way. You can pre-charge it with the different magics in those side slots, and then it can do Emperor Lightning straight off the bat. It's not as impressive as me and Kim going upside down and flipping around near each other. Never going to be as impressive. I mean, it's almost as impressive. Almost. There she goes, look. Isn't she beautiful? And the way that the slow-mo works in this game when you are doing the flipping is, I've turned it off, but it actually creates a bubble around the person that's doing it, and anything within that bubble goes into slow time. So just because Kim's in slow time doesn't put us into slow time. It puts her and the enemies in her immediate vicinity into slow time, and anything going up there. And then, you know, me and Kim can just... Hi!
I don't know how you do that.
I'm not telling. And so you now have the ability to show off in front of each other, upside down, in slow motion. And we can play the full roguelike experience of this game from front to back. Now, as I said, the only caveat that we had here, because we did some beta testing on this, is one of the old problems that the cooperative had resurfaced when they added the third player. Do you know what? That looks like space for a fourth, doesn't it? Perfect amount of space for a fourth person, wouldn't you say? Anyway.
Ayla.
Let us go and we'll have a look at the multiplayer. So yeah, the problem that we had in the multiplayer was that... Hey, first time, so they've got that sorted. That's a good thing. Occasionally, when you load into the multiplayer, you'll be able to hear each other, but you won't be able to see each other. All you have to do is bin the lobby off and come back in again. Again, that was an old problem that they sorted out, but it kind of came back in the latest edition of the multiplayer when they were getting the 3-player up and running in the beta. The only other problem that we had is some missions kind of soft lock your game and don't end. Again, another old problem. We've all come to the conclusion that they were testing in the beta an old version of this game and to get the 3-player right, and then they've added all the extra things in. So what blessings did we get? Hello, At. How are we doing? Here's a good one that changes the game up quite a bit. Ape Grip. Attacks with all weapons gain bonuses as if you were wielding them with 2 hands. Standing Proud. Become immune to knockback effects. I'm totally having that. Right. Ready? Yes, you were waiting on me. Yes, I get it. The only difference with the multiplayer is the game automatically starts after so many seconds. There's no waiting around or a threshold that you have to cross or not.
How did I get out? I can't get out of this room.
Did you not come out? It's a lock-in. Try jumping out. Someone didn't move quick enough. Okay, well, we'll just destroy this level. So, styles-wise,
I was trying to get my dog out. I didn't know there was a...
I didn't think there was a limit either, but maybe they've done that on purpose to stop people that are AFK getting absolutely demolished by the enemies in the level. So this mission is a simple survive mission, which basically means we just have to stay alive. I mean, that's kind of what it might be designed for, to be honest, Kim. Bonbon consumption. So what Von does in this game is she uses magical staffs. And so what that enables her to do is have all the power of all the different magic summons that you can do. Oh, nice of you to join us, Kim. We've done all the work. I tell you what, this happens all the fucking time. Just hangs back. Hangs back. Look how fast she goes for the rewards as well, chat. Can't help herself. Doesn't want to put the grind in. K2 the killer. Doesn't even have keys. So, another thing that makes this mode quite cool as well, I think, is that it isn't just... You can't become quite as OP. Well, you can, but with maybe one weapon. You can't become quite as OP in this mode as you normally can. And the reason being is because you have to share... You have to share what you find. I've got 4, so I'll use mine then in that case. And luckily for these ladies, I very rarely need anything. No, you can have it all. Kim, you need to take the souls, because I think Von's got probably plenty. Well, yeah, Kim's going to be more lacking on them than you are, so. But having said that, you don't need the souls for anything other than cosmetics, no, by the looks of things, so. Oh, levitation. Oh, you don't use levitation, do you? Have you turned it off? The one that makes you do the thing with the gun.
It's back on now that we're out of beta.
Oh, okay. Do you want to turn it off again, or? Because I know you don't like it, do you?
No, I did okay with it.
Okay. The thing is, so it's one of the problems that Kim had when she first started playing the game, and it sounds like she's kind of conquered it a little bit now, is that one of the problems that you have... Hello, Sarah. One of the problems that you have... Thank you, Sarah. One of the problems that you have with this game is that if you clench the controllers and you press L3 and R3, and that's how you do the levitation, it can be very annoying to begin with in the game. You can turn it off by de-equipping the levitation skill without losing too much. I'm not a massive fan when devs put precise things that can happen by accident on L3 and R3, as in pushing the thumbsticks in. It's not a great button at the best of times. It's good for sprinting, but not much else. Hello, Cynthia. Thank you, Cynthia. Smiling pile of poo, indeed.
Okay.
Right, get out! Get out, Kim. Get some fucking work done. So, Kim uses the Tempests. And, we're gonna now... dance! Look at that, see? She's upside down. Wearing the shortest of shorts. Looking fucking awesome. Hey, good one, Cynthia. You'll have to come and play the... You'll have to come and play in the... Playing with chat multiplayers that I'm planning on doing on this now that it is 3-player cooperative. Oh, also, give the bow a try, Cynthia. It is a bit of a pain to get going. In fact, I should be doing that, shouldn't I? I don't find it too much of a problem because I have Quest Pro controllers, which means that I can get it right behind my back. There are a lot of right behind my head to fire. There are a lot of options in the options for the bow, which are really good. One of the reasons I really like the bow is you can fire a grappling hook. Damn, did it wrong. You can fire a grappling hook into the ground, which will then pull you towards what you fire it at. So you can kind of Spider-Man. with it.
It's not pushing.
It isn't so great for swinging about the level. What I find it very useful for is when you are upside down, it can pull you towards the ground, and then you can, like, hand... Oh, you used to be able to. I wonder if they've taken that off. Oh, no! That might be because of how... So what I used to be able to do was flip through the air, use that to pull me, but when you pull with the bow now, it takes you out of your slow time somersault. Previously it didn't, which then meant that you could head towards the ground and handspring off the ground. I used to love doing that. What's that, chat? How many special arrows does the bow fire? Well, unfortunately, it's only got one. But if you were to, say, put a bow in the arrow slot to fire another arrow, it changes the property of it. So, for instance, we can warp our gun into an arrow, which then, I don't even know what that does. I think that does, like, area of effect damage. And all sorts of different weapons fit onto this and can be fired from it. And then there is additional things that you can get, like the double shot. And you can make that up to... I don't think there's a limit as to how many extra shots you can fire with the bow. And then, if that wasn't enough, you can make it a fire bow. You can make it a blood bow. You can make it a lightning bow, you can make it an ice bow, and again, it changes the kind of arrow and what it does as well. And if that's not enough, you can do it all in slow motion, upside down. Oh, you've had a bit of a disservice with your arm there, Kim. That's very stretchy.
What happened?
It doesn't like you flipping in the air with that bow. These are the little things that happens,
like
but this is just networking.
Look, Sarah, Pixel Dungeon.
It's, yeah, Pixel Dungeon. This will be the problem that Kim will have because she's in America playing on European servers. So, but it's only little desyncy things like that. It looks... Well, I don't want to say too much, but it feels like they've sorted out any problems that we had in the beta. Was there any other chests?
Nope.
Cool. Let's go then.
Oh, hang on, I didn't go to the chest.
Yeah, no, we gotta wait for you. It's fine.
There's nothing in the chest.
Oh, there's not.
Overdraw.
Don't go what's in the chest.
Increase damage by 50%, but also increase the arrow's cost. We need to level that up, although... So, you know when... You know how we play a lot of bow games, chat? Like, you know, bow games are kind of my thing. Isn't it really annoying when that happens? Like, what do I do? Do I bite the string to pull an arrow with it? I mean, this game has a solution. So we can use them like that, but it has another solution on top of that as well. Oh, it's not doing it. Damn. Might not have the skill yet. But what you can do is you can then levitate additional weapons, and then they will fire in unison. Why isn't it doing it? I'm sure I've done it right. Well, oh, it's because it's locked onto Kim's. There we go, look. That's why Kim's interfering again. But look at that. I now have another bow, which will fire an additional arrow where my one's going. And you can have a whole plethora. When I level that skill up, I think you can have up to 3 other bows floating around you, firing arrows.
Shit, not smushing.
Don't know why it wants to keep on picking up You need to.
haven't leveled it
You
up
need
yet.
to be at mastery level 2 before you can smush. Just in case anyone was wondering, smush is the technical term for placing together orbs. To be fair, we've all called it that from the very beginning. Well, someone didn't get out of the door fast enough. We'll end this one nice and quick. Vaughn got stuck this time. She was caught napping. Huh? Fair enough. I mean, as long as Doggo's out here doing work, that's fine. Weaponry can break. Weaponry does have durability. Enemies will destroy your weapons. And they're still wanting to get Vaughn, even though she can't be got.
I wasn't able to shoot through.
No, that was a different level. The thing is, I like that feature because it means that if somebody has to go and do something, as I was saying earlier, they don't just get fucking teleported into the middle of the level and slaughtered. That's quite a good addition. For all I know, that's a fucking error. But I think it works. And so, not only does this game have the level of content that you would need to make a sandbox game, for me at the very least anyway, very, very entertaining, it also has a roguelike mode, it also has this gauntlet mode, which is just an arena mode, and then... Doggo picks up the randomest things, don't you, Doggo? And then it also has that all again in...
Shop.
cooperative, with now up to 3 players.
See here, you buy the jade key, Kim.
That is, whilst we're leveling up, that's all you want to be getting as well. Thing is, you girls want to be keeping your money. I'm not too worried about doing the leveling up and bits and pieces. I'll see if we can get some more gold keys. It's the only thing that I think, as far as systems are concerned in the game, isn't so good. But this is because I'm trying to play optimally and efficiently and level up as quickly as possible. Who would have thought? Don't spend your money in the shop, because the more money you have at the end of a chapter, the more you'll carry out into the meta progression of the game. To be fair, you don't need the shit in the shop because there's enough in the levels to make you stupid powerful normally anyway. Oh, get out quick. Get out quick. Not quick enough.
Oh, I hate this. No, I don't think this is good.
I mean, I think it's good if you then didn't move around a lot. But if you're able to get trapped in there accidentally, then there needs to be something else that you can do to get out of there.
Come on, I was quick enough. I was right behind you guys. This is shit.
To be fair, that's one of the longest, or one of the largest arenas that you can start off in. They're almost all dead anyway, Vom. Will only be a sec. Into wall run. Hello, Athom. How we doing? Oh, we're not out. Oh, okay.
I summoned my dog when I was upside down. Did you see that? And he was upside down.
Hang on, the dog was upside down. Oh, we're not...
Yes, I summoned him accidentally when I was upside down, and then he was upside down and
This is a slightly older error in the game where you go into slow motion and you can't escape it. But at least the enemies are in slow motion, so I can try and look cool. Got out of it. Good. The only way you can escape that slow motion bug is by just casting things and doing things that used to get you out of it, and it looks like it still does. Thing is, that's probably one of the only bugs that's still been persistent in the game. It doesn't happen very often either, and when it does, it's cool as fuck. Unlimited. Unlimited. Well, to be fair, Tom, we are heading over that way, so fair shout. You'd probably like this one, Athom. It's got a bow in it. Tell you that for now. It's got 2 bows in it. Oh, actually, I forgot. Yeah, Cynthia. So if you don't like the normal bow, katana bow. Ba 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 ba. Katana bow. Ba 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 ba. Dual purpose. Shredder of enemies. Oh, missed. Oh, fell off. The thing is as well, Cynthia, this game is full of shit like that. Did I forget to mention that you can press a button and put the entire game into slow time as long as your mana holds up? Now, it isn't working quite as well in the multiplayer mode, and the reason being is because your slow motion is local to you. But, oh, did you now? Well, you've got to come and play with us, Athom. I've never had the pleasure. So when we do a Dungeons of Eternity game, you'll have to come and play some multi with me. You as well, Cynthia. I don't think you've played that with me yet either. Well, no, but the thing is, you just have to press a button to pull it off in this, and then it just slowly drains your mana. You can make a build. Yeah, no, that's fair. Stick with dough for now. Nice. We'll get you up to that 60, Cynthia. Don't you worry. In fact, I'll have to find a new map for that soon because the new update might be. Yes. Hang on, I can't hear you whilst we're fighting. 2 seconds. It just what?
It's just updated to life.
Hang on. Tell me in a minute, because I can barely hear you with everything that's going on. The one thing that does happen, we'll find out what Von was talking about in just a moment. The one thing that does happen when you play the multiplayer in the 3-player mode is that the number of enemies that you have to kill in waves like this is increased enough as well to make it so that you have to work at least a little bit. Your blood is getting out as well, Von, so keep doing it. Now, one of the other things, I don't know how well you guys will be able to see it. I am losing some frames here, but it's when you do the silly shit and there's multiple of you doing it. It isn't just me casting blood spells. Von's doing it as well, and she's got Doggo on the field. The devs aren't scared of letting you put the game, lose frames on the game by just fucking letting you do more than you should. And I really like it. I've had slowdown on this game before. I've never had a crash through those things. Maybe I wasn't trying hard enough. And if you don't like flipping and you don't like slow time, you can play the game in normal time. If you're a purist, this game's got that too. Thing is, a lot of these performance issues are caused by the fact that it's cooperative. We've got, because you don't get a lot of this until the massive extremes that you can do in the game, in the solo, and they've just basically kept those filters off or on, whichever way you want to look at it. You can do that age-old trick, though, of looking away from all of the things, and it doesn't as much. I mean, it will now that I'm looking at it all. Look at it. Glorious. Glorious. Still playable. But yeah, there is the argument of, well, maybe you should limit it so that, you know, performance keeps up. I mean, I don't think they based this game around the fact of multicasting blood magic. It's it very much feels like an exploit because it is stupid powerful. Right, Von. Say again, over.
They just updated Dungeons of Eternity with the Christmas
Damn
update.
it.
Live.
Fuck. Right, well, I can't do that update yet.
Oh,
You guys can have the weapons. Oh, actually, I'll have that. Those are the echoes. They're the only bit that I need. Hello, Op. How we doing? Yep. So if the Christmas update has dropped, it will now be official that Dungeons of Eternity is a 4-player cooperative game now. Great, isn't it? All my favourite games are upping the co-op count by 1. Fantastic. Keeping all this to yourself, aren't you, Von? Again, this I like. If you open the chest and snatch the things, nobody else gets a look in. As games fucking should be. I don't need any of that. I'll take this, though. So, the end level rewards, each person gets individually. Things found on the level or in shops are shared. Oh, I'll just put the laser sights on. And look, see? My laser sights are blue because that is the accent that I chose for my golden guns. Perfect. That's all well and good, but can you do this? Hello. Oh, come here, you little shit. Oh, he's flying away too fast. Or can you not oh, you can't grab him in this.
He knows you.
Bastard.
He knows you.
Yeah, I was gonna grab... Oh, you fucking... So what you can do is you can summon that bug and he tells you where things are. But you can load him into the bow and he changes into an arrow. I like it. I hate that bug. I hate him with a passion. He's got a very cool accent, but he always tells me off whilst I'm trying to play the game the way I play it. He doesn't like it. Doesn't like it at all. So if you can't find where you're going, you hold trigger and swipe across. Bug will appear, and then he will point. He will basically fly to where the exit is, and it will also phase through walls and stuff and show you where you should be going. He also does the same for chests as well. Not something that we use much, but there you go.
Oh,
Out, 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 out. He has said it's easy enough to do. I wonder what happens if we all stay in there, though, because that could be a major error. Let's get up! Hey! Anyone about the somersault side of things, it is not in this game as default. It isn't a default setting, you have to put it on. You do so in the options menu by enabling somersaults, just like Sairento used to do. And once it's enabled, you jump and you simply raise your hands up in the air to somersault. Simple as that. Hi Kim, any words for the watchers at home?
Yeehaw!
That's the one! So, as I was saying about going upside down in this game is encouraged because you actually get 4 times the style points. Or rather, 4 times the style multiplier. However, just being airborne doubles your style multiplier in the game as well. So that is worth noting. So if you can't do upside down, be airborne. Bloody drums again. Ice enemies have to be dispatched a slightly different way because they are incredibly tanky, which is actually really good for us because style points. But if you destroy all the ice crystals on them, they crumble. Just ice enemies do that though. But we kind of want to just shoot them normally, because the more tanky they are, the more hits they take. The more hits they take, the higher style we get. Careful, Kim! You're going to run out of jumps, love. Oh, she did it.
Oh, I did it.
No real consequences for falling off the map either. Which is fine, I guess. You take a little bit of health damage. It's about volume. My bow isn't particularly powerful at the moment. Ow. I know why. Off you go, evil host. Kill, kill. Yes, yes, quite. But ghosts are awesome. The other thing to note as well, the performance issues that I will experience because of all of that shit that I'm doing. As I said, in the solo player, there's a lot higher tolerance and threshold, a surprisingly high tolerance and threshold for all of that. In the single player, or the solo player rather, when you are not streaming, again, there is a higher tolerance and threshold. All about that top end. Yoga. Oh, he'd already died. Rubbish. Oh, we need to kill enemies near the thing. Kill enemies near the thing now. I love blood ghosts, they're so good. I keep on casting bow because that's where I usually have my lightning. So it is the other thing that I would say on this as well is when you find 4 to 6 weapons that you enjoy using, always put them in the same up, right, left or down or shoulder or hip slot, and then what you'll get is that muscle memory or neuron memory or memory of how to summon specific items. Very important. Makes the system, the system is intuitive enough. If you lean into it and make it intuitive for yourself, it's even better again. So very good. You need to go into the wall. Not quite. What about you? Haven't got it activated yet, that's why. Or it might still not be working in multiplayer. I think it was duplicating previous. Have we got any? This is one of the amusing glitches that happens. I don't think it needs to be. I don't think it needs to be corrected. But these enemies basically start playing the bongos when they die infinitely. Don't know why. It just happens. Who doesn't like bongos? You like bongos, right, Bon?
Bongos are awesome.
Yeah, no worries. No worries, Cynthia. I am sure we shall seen us. Oh, don't get me started, Chris. A lot of people have asked for a similar system in Dungeons of Eternity as they have in this, and kind of, but I think Dungeons of Eternity could do one better. I think Dungeons of Eternity could make it so that the staff... Okay, thank you, Athan. I think Dungeons could get away with making it so that the staff does something different when it's being two-handed, or does something different in different positions, or maybe has something where it is a gesture-based cast. I don't think it wants to do as much as this game does in the Magic, because it'll mean overhauling the entire system. And I don't think Magic is that bad, because you're always going to have your swords as well. So, were there any chests?
Nope.
Cool. Athon, when you say Decrepit's starting, is he starting, like as in up his stream, or is he playing? Because I don't want to miss that. What is it? It's just gone 11, so he'll just be starting, I would imagine. See how well trained they are? Got ya.
Well trained.
Yeah, you went off and destroyed. No, he's doing IDU tonight, Chris. Yeah, no worries, Buck. We're gonna be winding. We're gonna be winding this stream down in just a mo because we're at 11 o'clock. So, and I probably should get a bit of an early night on my birthday, right? That's how party people do it, right? To be honest with you, Buck, I was just, for tonight's, because it's a giveaway, I was planning on just playing with Kim and Von for a little while. You've only just picked this up though, Buck, haven't you? You want to play it a little bit. This is one of those games where I can visually spoil it for you, but I don't want to spoil the getting of it all for you. This is one worth putting some time into first. Because the thing is, you don't want to come in here not knowing what you can use. And if you came in here straight away having never played it, at the start of this game, there is a lot to learn. So, you don't need to learn all of it, and then we can help you. So, but yeah, tonight's stream, I was just going to stream with Von and Kim for a little while. But rest assured, I think one of the next few streams that we'll do, either just before... Oh god, I've got to fit the Aliens Rogue Incursion stream in somewhere. And I've got to do a Dragon Fist VR stream, because I've got some keys for the new DLC to give away for that. And we also haven't played it for fucking ages.
I'll play with you, Chris.
Oh, there you go.
Anybody?
Oh no, it was Buck. Buck just wanted to jump in on the stream,
Oh,
so.
Well, Buck too.
Yeah, right. But yeah, don't worry, Buck. There will be plenty of opportunity to play this with people, myself included. But we'll save that for a chat plays proper episode, because that way we can be playing multiplayer from the start. I'll get you in, and what we'll see about doing is I'll just take teams through. Yeah, let's get the boss done. I'll take teams through on sort of like the normal difficulty to try and keep the time playing with each duo down a little bit. Who we got? Oh, we can't even tell. Ah, Ascended Pride. So this is kind of like a mini boss. It's one of the enemies from the game, bigger and just more powerful, more armored and more nasty. He does have a shield. We can break the shield. Hang on. Oh right, got you, Buck. Yeah, I thought you meant jump in the multiplayer, but yeah, that is coming. You sorry, Von Buck was one of the winners tonight, wasn't he? Yeah. Look at that for memory. I remembered a thing that happened 5 minutes ago. How good is that? The curse is lifted. The curse is lifted. Go and help Kim. Hi, Kim! Where can I go? Where can I go to? Let's get Kim. Hi, Kim! You can always get a laugh out of the ladies by giving them the splits. Words to live by. Yay!
I think I'm in slow motion.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, you kind of look.
Cool. Oh man, I'm gonna end it. It's just giving me mana surge. So these are some of the better ones, and again, blessings can really help you lean into your style as well. Mana surge, recover 6% of your max mana per kill. As I said, I take off all of the things and stuff that would help you in the game so that it's a bit more of a cleaner experience for you guys to watch. Like, I can have my life bar and my mana bar at the bottom of the screen. I just don't think it looks very good, so I turn it off. And I don't need it, it's all on your hand anyway, so I'd much rather see it there and keep the UI nice and clean. Right, if we'll end the run there because Decrepit's started his stream. Look at him go. And so, as I said, we can just carry on and on and on in that mode and do all 3 acts. We can change the difficulty all the way up to Hellsweeper. We can start the game with an empty loadout where each of us... Oh, I don't know. Have you girls played with an empty loadout yet? No, okay. So with an empty loadout, you wouldn't have your current loadout, you'll have nothing, and then you pick based on random suggestions. I kind of hope in this mode, because normally you only get the choice of 4 or 5, and you only get to pick 3. I'd love it if you get the choice of 4 or 5 and you only get to pick 1 each. Remind me and we'll have a look at that. You can also play... Ah, man. So there is a mode in the roguelike where you can just play it infinitely, a la In Death Unchained. And you just go chapter after chapter after chapter, and it just gets harder and harder and harder and harder. I think someone in the Discord has got up to the equivalent of Cycle 100 in that. And again, the thing is, you can become that stupidly powerful in this game that it's quite easily achievable once you've done a bit. Right, ladies, I'll leave you to it. I'm going to go and do an outro, and then we'll go and watch some Decrepit. Thank you very much for joining me.
I'm glad you got to see us.
I was looking straight at you whilst you were looking cool and upside down. Didn't get a yeehaw at the same time. Could have, you know, we're not all perfect. And if we can have you able to do this at some point in the future, whilst you're doing it with those short shorts, I think it'll look great. I really do.
He's just not wearing a skirt.
I know, right? That'd be great. That'd be even better. Anyway, right. Nice one. Cheers, girls. See you later. So, let's get out of that. And let's get out of that. And let's get out of that. So, yeah. This is just another one of those games where it's content after content after content, more being added all the fucking time. There's like a new mode has been added with the gauntlet side of things. There's new weaponry probably on the way, I would imagine. I'd imagine they've got at least one more magic system in them. They're constantly fixing the game, constantly bringing it up to scratch. Not that it's ever that broken anyway, but they're usually hot on it. This is a developer that knows what they're doing with the game and is constantly adding and adjusting and taking feedback and doing that good stuff. And oh, did I forget to mention, wait, there's more. It's fucking fantastic as well. And on that bombshell, we shall indeed end it upside down right there. This has been the fantastic Hellsweeper running natively on the Quest 3. I have been Silver Tongue Devil. Good night.